Right. So today I'm going to make a pork barbecue burger. For the patties, pork loin steaks, sugar, salt, and I will add some water. Then for the buns we need eggs, milk, flour, butter, lard, dried yeast, grapeseed oil. For the sauce we are using yellow mustard, brown sugar, paprika, apple cider vinegar. This stuff is called liquid smoke, cayenne pepper, tomato ketchup, onions, gherkins. I completely forgot. Today I got a nice present, an apron, and it says "Man with hot sausage. Caution. Saucy." I'm adding 400 grams of very strong Canadian white bread flour to my bowl. Then I'm adding around an eighth of a teaspoon of dried yeast, that much. Then I'm adding 400 milliliters of milk. Get a fork and bring everything together. Right, so the dough is very sticky, very wet. Cover the bowl with cling film and set aside for 24 hours. Okay, for my sauce I use tomato ketchup, 16 tablespoons. Then I'm adding 4 tablespoons of water. Then I'm adding 4 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Then I'm adding 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Then I'm adding 1.5 tablespoons of yellow mustard. Then I'm adding 1.5 tablespoons of onion powder and 1.5 tablespoon of garlic powder. Then I'm adding 1 tablespoon of liquid smoke. Then I'm adding 1.5 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And finally 1 teaspoon of paprika. So now mix everything together. So cover with the lid and put into the fridge until needed. Right. So let's do the pork patties. We need this little gadget, kitchen machine. Add your pork loins and now mince it. So now I'm adding 7 tablespoons of water. So now I'm adding 2 teaspoons of sea salt and 2 tablespoons of sugar. A good mix again. So now we have a nice doughy consistency. Transfer to a bowl, cover with foil and put into the fridge until needed. Okay, for the burger buns, to keep them in shape, we need aluminium foil, about 50 centimeters long. Fold it in half. Again, fold it in half. And again. And one last time. So you have a nice strip. We want a ring about 12 centimeters in diameter. Rip off the excess and fold the excess around so that the ring keeps together. So repeat this with the remaining sheets. Okay, for the buns, take your pre-ferment and weigh out 700 grams. Okay, then add dough to a big bowl. Now I'm adding 60 milliliters of milk and 10 egg yolks. So after I've added the egg yolks and the milk, I mixed everything together, and you have quite a very liquid batter. Now I'm adding 400 grams of very strong Canadian white bread flour. Then I'm adding 100 grams of caster sugar. Then I'm adding 2 sachets of dried yeast. Then I'm adding a tablespoon of sea salt, 2 tablespoons of grapeseed oil, and mix everything together. And now get yourself a small pot and burn some butter. So you want about 60 grams of butter, and simply burn it until the milk parts burn and the butter gets this nutty flavor. Give it another 2-3 minutes. So butter is browned and I set it aside and let it cool down. Okay, when the butter has been cooled down, get your sieve and add the butter to your dough. As you can see, the butter is nicely browned. Then add your lard, 35 or 40 grams, and now mix everything together. Okay, when everything is combined together, you will have a very sticky, very wet dough. Cover with cling film and put it in the fridge for 30 minutes. Right, so after half an hour, put a sheet of baking paper on your tray and put your aluminium foil rings on it. Okie dokie, so let's prepare the buns. With lightly floured hands, form some balls and place them into the rings. Pat them a bit flat. Now cover the buns with a kitchen towel and let them sit there for 2 hours. So after 1.5 hours, I preheat the oven to 225 Celsius, and I also added to my baking tray some water. So after 2 hours, I'm adding the buns to my oven and I will bake them for 7 minutes. So while your buns are baking, prepare the egg wash. So to a bowl I'm adding 1 whole egg and 1 egg yolk. Then I'm adding 1 teaspoon of sea salt and a tablespoon of water. So mix everything together. Then get your buns out of the oven. Then brush your buns with the egg wash and sprinkle over the sesame seeds. Now return the buns to the oven. Bake for another 7 or 8 minutes. Right, so after another 8 minutes, the burger buns are ready. Right, here are the burger buns. Let them cool down and then get rid of the rings. So for our chips, peel your potatoes and cut them into chips like so. Potatoes have been chopped up into chips. Now rinse them under cold running water to get rid of as much excess starch as possible. Right, so when you have rinsed your potatoes, boil them in salted water until they're nice and soft. Right, when your potatoes are cooked, get them out very carefully. So allow to cool for half an hour or so and then transfer your chips to the fridge for 1 hour. Right. So after an hour in the fridge, I put my chips to the fryer and I will fry them until they start to get a little bit of color. The temperature should be around 130 degrees Celsius. Get them out. Get rid of as much oil as you possibly can. Get them on kitchen paper. Let them cool down a bit for about 10 minutes and then back to the fridge for an hour. So, time to prepare the burgers. Here I've got finely chopped onions, sliced gherkins and my barbecue sauce. Okay, now get your minced pork, about this much. Shape it into a patty and then fry in your pan without any oil. Oh, nice patty. So I've transferred some of my barbecue sauce into a bowl, and I will now spread some of the barbecue sauce onto my bun. The top and the bottom parts have been spread with the barbecue sauce, and when your pork burger is nice and golden brown, pop them into your barbecue sauce and let them sit there for about 5 minutes. Cover with barbecue sauce. Right, it's time to make the chips. Preheat the oil in your deep fat fryer to 190 degrees Celsius and fry the chips until they're nice and golden brown. So when the oil is hot, add your chips and fry until nice and golden brown. So when the chips are nice and golden brown, get rid of any excess oil and transfer them to kitchen paper. So now it's time to assemble the burger. So here we have the bottom part. Now get your pork patty, sprinkle over some onions, then add some slices of gherkins. Now put your top part on top, add some chips on the side, season your chips with salt, and here we have the pork barbecue burger. Served with plain chips. So for me, there's nothing more to do than having a tea, like this one here. Hallelujah, see you next time.